everyone. I'm Afton Brazzoni, and this is my Changemaker Conversations interview series. I'm really excited to be here today with Jamie Kakleas, who's the owner, designer, and illustrator at French Bulldog Love, a boutique online shop based out of Brooklyn, New York. Now, this is a brand, as you can see from the items behind me, that I absolutely love. So again, just super thrilled to be here with you, Jamie. And if you want to start off by telling everybody a little bit about yourself, that would be great.
Of course. So first, thank you so much for having me. I mean, I'm happy to talk about this all day long, especially to one of my customers and fans. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'm the creator, designer, illustrator, like you said, of my company, French Bulldog Love, or I call it FBL for short. It's basically an entire company and brand inspired by my French Bulldog Romeo, who's here. I can show you. He's kind of sleeping next to me over here. He's always with me all the time. So I got him about 8 years ago, and he kind of just inspired this whole thing pretty organically. At the time, I was working in advertising. I had a background in graphic design and also in copywriting, so I studied both. When I was in school, I went to the School of Visual Arts in Manhattan, and I had to kind of choose my senior year if I wanted to do the design side of advertising or the writing side of advertising. And I always loved designing, but I felt more comfortable doing the writing side. So I actually went into working as a copywriter in advertising. And then I worked there about 3 years. I actually got laid off from one of my jobs. And that's when I went home that day and I'm like, now what? What do I do? And I remember going home that day and I'm looking down at Romeo, and he kind of just like instantly inspired me, like, this is what I'm going to do. Because I had always wanted to create some kind of company or like a greeting card line or something. Like I always just wanted to create something. And then I just looked down and he was staring at me right in the face. And I'm like, this is it. Like all my inspiration is right here, everything I need. So he kind of inspired some of my original designs. I actually have the first thing that I designed, which was this face, which is Romeo's face. So I didn't know what I was doing at the time, but I just kept going with it. I ended up getting another job in advertising for another year after that while I was growing this on the side. And it just kind of went from there. And here we are now 8 years later.
I love that story. And I think, it's really relevant today. People can resonate, with things like the layoffs, with like going out and thinking, well, maybe there's something I can do and start my own business. And I think your story, like to me and all Frenchie lovers who are aware of the brand, something like that can really become a cult brand with people. So I think that's fascinating. So obviously that kind of leads into where I was going to go next. It has amassed a huge following of fans, myself obviously included. So you kind of told us, how it all got started, which is super interesting. Now I know there are so many twists and turns along anybody's entrepreneurial journey. So can you talk about kind of that process of when it was first starting out to where you are 8 years later?
Yeah, of course. So I had originally started on Etsy just selling the stickers. I have them here. So it started with Romeo's face, which was the main inspiration behind it. But at the time, this was 8 years ago. So this was kind of when Instagram was just getting popular. It wasn't anything like it was today. Now it's filled with dog accounts and every pet has an account, and it's crazy today. But when we were just starting out, I guess it wasn't as popular for a dog to have an Instagram account. So there were only a few of them. And Romeo was one of the first in the beginning to have an Instagram account. And I just was posting pictures of him every day because that's all I do is take pictures of him every day. So it was just very organic. And then we just started following these other French Bulldogs that we found. And then we were going to Frenchie meetups every weekend. Like it just became so much a part of our lives that we were meeting Frenchie people. We were just surrounded by them all the time. So then after I did the Romeo illustration, I was designing like his friends, basically, like the dogs that we found at the dog park or on Instagram. So then it just started to like grow into this thing where you can go and pick your Frenchie or find the one that looks most like yours. And at the time, it was just stickers. So I was still working in the city and in my advertising job, and maybe I'd get like one sticker order every 2 weeks or something like that. Like it was really slow at first. And then it just grew from there. From stickers, I ended up designing some greeting cards. So my first line of greeting cards were 10 cards that launched right before Valentine's Day. And I was posting them on Romeo's Instagram account. And then people were finding us from there. And then from there, I directed them to my Etsy shop. So it just, again, organically just grew. People were buying the Valentine's Day cards, and then they were sharing them on their Instagram. And then it was just blowing up. And then so while I was working in advertising, still on the side, I was always researching more products. I wanted to do more. I didn't want to just do stickers and cards. So then I started finding different like manufacturing partners who could do blankets, towels, bags, mugs, basically anything I could put this design on. I was just researching like crazy nonstop. I was getting samples made. I was just doing whatever I could to just make this into something. And it worked. So
Absolutely. And not pictured behind me, I actually also have the backpack. I've
oh,
got
awesome.
keychain and I've got some stickers as well.
Oh my God, thank you so much. I love it.
No, I mean, well, I think, I chat with marketers all the time on this series and creators. And I think two of the big messages here is knowing your audience. Like, obviously, you understand the Frenchie craze. And I think, that obviously really resonates with your audience who feels that too. And then, just the power of social media and community to get the word out about your brand. And obviously, you were really dedicated, like you said, like finding partners, finding products to put the design on. So,
Right.
I think it's a great success story.
Of
Um, so to digress a tiny bit, I would love to just hear a little bit about Romeo.
course, he is definitely special. Let me try to bring him into the camera for a little bit. I'm sorry, buddy. He loves to sleep. It's his favorite activity. So, whoop, okay. So he's actually the biggest French bulldog I have ever seen. And I've seen a lot. I've been to a lot of meetups. I've been to a lot of parties and events, and he is a beast. And even when he was born, it was him and his sister in the litter. They were just two puppies in the litter. And he was double the size of his sister right out of the womb, pretty much. So he's always a big boy. He's very independent. He doesn't like to cuddle, even though he looks like a big mush. He doesn't cuddle. But he likes to be near you. So if I'm working here on the couch, he wants to sit on the couch. If I'm working over there at the table, he likes to sleep under the table wherever I am. And I didn't mention this before actually, but so now I'm in this studio in Brooklyn, but before this I was working in my home in my basement, which first was a bedroom. We moved from the bedroom to the basement, and no matter where we moved, he was always at my feet wherever I worked. So if I was at the desk, he was at my feet. Now he has the couch, he has his bed, and he loves coming with me every day. So he gets so excited when I ask him in the morning, you want to go to work? You want to go to work? And his butt wiggles. He gets so excited. So he's the best inspiration. He's the best teammate to have with me throughout this. His picture is actually behind me on this wall of customers that we have.
I love that.
I call him the CEO because he's pretty much the boss. He decides what we do, when we do it, when we leave, when we come. It's all up to him. So he's just the best. He's my first dog too, and he literally changed my whole entire life. He's the best thing that has ever happened to me.
That's amazing. And I can completely relate.
Yeah.
I absolutely love my dogs. One of them is on the floor right now. For a lot of people watching may know that I have two French Bulldogs, but if you don't, anyway, that's obviously how this whole wonderful conversation came about here with
Yeah.
Jamie. But thanks for waking him up from his sleep and sharing a
So
little
it's
bit.
like it never even happened. He's already snoring again.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Now, what advice would you have for other creatives or aspiring entrepreneurs who want to start a brand?
Okay, I could probably say so much just because I've learned so much in the last 8 years that I've been doing this. Um, but I guess the most important thing that I would say is that it relates so much to what I'm doing is don't let anyone who doesn't see your vision or who doesn't believe in what you're doing, don't let them discourage you, because one of the things I heard most often from my family, from friends, when I started this was, it's not going to last. It's just a hobby. It's not going to turn into a business. It's too small. Like the audience isn't too big. But I'm sure you get it because you have a Frenchie. I have a Frenchie. I see the Frenchie community. I saw how obsessive we are about our dogs and how much we go crazy for things that look like our dogs. Like it's just, it's insane. So just stick to what you believe in, your vision. If people are trying to discourage you, just, just don't listen to them. Just stick to what you believe and remember why you started, because the reason why I started this was because I wanted to build something for myself. I was working crazy hours in advertising only to get laid off, so it led me to nowhere. I work probably more hours now than I've ever worked in my life, but it's worth it. It's fun. I get to work with my dog every day. I create products that I use every day. I don't create or sell anything that I don't personally use every single day. So I stand behind my products 1,000%, the quality of them and just everything. I put so much into everything that I do. So it just makes it all worthwhile for me.
Yes. Well, thank you for sharing that. I think it's a really good message for people. You know, it goes back to what we were saying about audience. Like in the beginning, sure, the objection might be there that it's too small, but that actually works as such a strength because it just enables you to connect with your market and you really know who you're talking to and you know what they want. And I mean, they get so excited about the products. So, it just really shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, so, what is next for French Bulldog Love? I mean, obviously, with the holiday season coming up, people are going to be doing lots of shopping, lots of gift giving. We'd
Yeah.
just love to hear about, what's on your radar in the coming months.
Yeah, so this season now, usually around Black Friday and then all through until Christmas is this time of the entire year. Um, it's also my favorite time of the year because I love designing Christmas things and holiday things. Just the new illustrations, Christmas cards are popular. Like I said, people just love anything that looks like their dog. So if they could send out Christmas cards with fun, cute illustrations of their dogs, they go crazy for it. So definitely focusing on new holiday products, new holiday designs. Usually we do a holiday market in December. Some weekends, I don't know if that's going to be happening this year because of everything going on, but I would like to do at least one holiday market. I like to do at least one a year. Um, if not, then just ramping up my presence on social media, getting my stuff out there more. We also have this other collection. It's called the Dog Park Collection, and it's other breeds. So we have right now Yorkies, Pugs, Bulldogs, Pit Bulls, and Boxers. And I want to expand that more because I get requests all the time for other breeds, and I just like I can barely keep up with the Frenchie demand because it's so huge, but I do want to expand, and I just see that like going in that direction for the future for the brand is to just expand it and cover all dogs, not just Frenchies. So that too.
Yeah, I mean, dog lovers are serious, so I can totally
Yeah.
understand how it keeps you busy and how everybody wants, to see their dog represented.
Yeah, but I will say that there is nothing like a Frenchie owner, because I've tried the other breeds and they haven't been as popular as the Frenchies. It's just on a whole different level with the Frenchies. And it's so funny, but it's so true. Like the other breeds, like they sell, but not as well as the Frenchie products. But it's just they're not just as obsessive as we are. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. Well, on that note, I'd love for you to tell us how, just a few of the different ways people can connect with French Bulldog Love online and, see your products, see pictures of Romeo, and just connect with you generally.
Yeah, of course. So, like I said, I'm all over social media, so there's quite a few ways to follow us. Our main website is FrenchBulldogLove.com, or you could do FBL.NYC, and that's an easier way to get to our website. You can search French Bulldog Love on Etsy, and you can find our shop there too. That's more of the handmade stuff, so it's more greeting cards and prints on there and stickers. Um, we have an Instagram, it's at shopfbl. And then Romeo has his Instagram, it's OHHH, 3 H's, Romeo. And he's basically what started this whole entire thing. So you can go check his Instagram to see how it all started. And then we're also on Facebook, Twitter, pretty much everywhere. If you search Shop FBL or French Bulldog Love, will pop up somewhere, I'm sure.
Wonderful. And is there anything else that you want to share with everybody or add before we sign off here today?
Just thank you so much for having me here. Thank you for being a fan of my products. I see the Halloween bag back there is one of my favorite products I've ever designed. And that's also what makes all this so worthwhile. I call it our tribe, and it's our followers, the Shop FBL tribe. And my customers have been some of the most amazing people I have ever met, I've ever come across. They're so supportive, they're so loyal, they're just so genuine. And I still can't believe 8 years later that like this is my job and this is what I do, and I get to come here every day. And it's because of you guys, like literally because of you and because of all my other customers and my followers who support me and have supported me for the last 8 years. It means so much to me, and I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful. And I'm just so happy that I get to do this. So thank you so much again for having me here. It really means a lot to me.
Well, thank you so much for being on here. And, I just want to end by telling everybody again, like, this is how you build brand loyalty. This is, such a great story that Jamie and Romeo have here. And yeah, it was wonderful to speak with you. So everybody, I am going to be taking a break from the Changemaker Conversation series over the holidays. So I'm super thankful just for everyone tuning in over the past, several months that I've been doing this. And I will be back next year with more awesome content and brands like French Bulldog Love to inspire you. So take care, everybody. Bye-bye.